My dear buddies, welcome back to Vikas Rajmala podcast. So, buddies, today we have a very interesting person with us. His name is Teja.
Hey guys, how are you?
So, he
How are
is
you?
from Australia and a very good old friend and a subscriber of our motorcycle channel. So, he left India to study in Australia about 7 years ago. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And he fulfilled one of the biggest dreams of any motorcycle rider, that is to buy a super bike. So which one did you buy?
Hi, it's an Yamaha R1 2008 model.
Lovely, lovely.
On pure machine, yeah.
You know why I'm very happy that you bought the 2008 and not the 2009?
Mm-hmm.
2009 is a crossplane.
Yeah, that's right. Crossplane
Sounds
engines, yeah.
like catch, 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 catch. See, I mean, it doesn't sound great, but it has got great torque delivery. That is the reason they changed the firing order. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
8 model sounds unbelievably good.
Yes, that's right. And it's amazingly good actually. It's a flat plane, right? So
That is correct.
that is so, that eargasm we get is like next level actually. And you know what? If I go on a short ride, I'll go deaf actually.
So you mentioned that you go deaf when you rev her up. So what exhaust do you have?
Interestingly, you'll get surprised if I say that. I just have the stock Yamaha exhaust, but the everything it's decatalyzed. We removed
Ah,
every DB killer and stuff, so it sounds amazing. The inline for pure symphony you'll hear that with just factory exhaust.
that is a great thing to do, as a matter of fact. It
Yeah,
is when you remove the catalytic converter uh, from a stock exhaust, she
yeah,
sounds as good as a aftermarket exhaust. So
yes,
two good
right.
things are happening here. One is you're saving a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah,
because see, his R1 has two exhausts under the seat.
yeah,
So buying two aftermarket end cans, you're talking about $500 each at least.
that's
So
right.
that's $1,000 investment. And next, in any major city, depending on the rules, aftermarket exhaust might not be allowed.
Yes,
So when you take out the catalytic converter from a stock exhaust, then you're saving money. And also, when a cop stops you, unless you're revving hard, then he will think that it's just a stock exhaust, and superbikes generally sound loud, so cop might let you go. You
yeah.
know, I understand it is not the best thing for the environment, but a lot of people put straight pipes, full system exhaust, and that is not good for the environment either.
Yes.
So awesome. And send a video clip where keep the motorcycle away and kind of rev her up. You want to listen to that. We will
Yeah,
play.
sure. And I'll send you all those clips.
So now another thing I want to know. Okay, when you were in India, what was your age?
I mean, when I started riding, or
Yeah, when you started riding in India.
I started about 16. I mean, I used to ride a motorcycle, my dad's motorcycle since childhood, but when I started riding my own motorcycle, I think I was at like 19.
Got it.
Yeah, I got my own motorcycle and then yeah.
And which
From
was that motorcycle?
I used to have Pulsar 220.
Allah, wow. It's a super bike in India, yeah. See, honestly,
Yeah.
Pulsar, I mean, most of you all know I uh, was very fortunate when my father gifted me a Pulsar 180, the most
Hmm.
powerful motorcycle in India that time.
Yeah.
Okay, especially four stroke.
Mm.
Uh, so 2002, my father had gifted that to me on my 18th birthday. And uh, next, the most powerful four stroke in India was the 220.
220. That's right.
Some people
In
would say
the
Charisma was
250
also
category.
powerful. Some
Yeah.
people would say Charisma was also powerful, but 220 carbureted has had more horsepower than Charisma.
That's right. Yeah. Even, I mean, when I used to ride that motorcycle, we used to do some small races on the highways and stuff. That time I used to smoke Charismas for sure. Yeah,
What
it used to have a lot of power in it. Yeah.
I, as a matter of fact, want a 220 Pulsar in my collection.
Mm.
Because of God's grace, I have quite a few motorcycles, as you all know. I want to
Yeah.
buy that motorcycle carbureted, not fuel injected. I want to buy carbureted
Yeah.
and restore her and keep her. You know?
Yeah.
So, wow. So, you were not riding a slow motorcycle in India. You were riding a considerably fast motorcycle.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I used to ride 220. I used to ride RC 390s, and then the super bike. Straight onto super bike.
So, in India, you were riding RC 390, which is
Yeah.
a very fast motorcycle.
Very fast. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So that was good. See, the good thing what happened to you was in India, you rode the 220 Pulsar, and then you were riding the RC 390. So you had some good experience in how to handle power.
yes, that's right.
Because if you would have been riding a 100 cc in India, then going and buying a 1000 cc super bike in
Yeah.
Australia, you would be able to buy it,
Yeah.
but it would have been a big risk for you personally.
Exactly. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah. So RC 390, I'm sure, helped you get acclimatized to riding a
To
superbike.
that power, yeah, that instant push you get when you open the throttle. I used to feel that on RC 390, and then this is the one. So I've acclimatized, as you said, so quickly to superbike as well.
Awesome.
You
So
know, uh, when you own that motorcycle, you have to be responsible for sure. You have to be accountable. So you need to get used to that motorcycle, and then you should open the throttle.
correct, absolutely. Now let's give some background. So Teja was living in Hyderabad in India. He is an good old subscriber of our motorcycle channel,
Yeah.
and he met me a couple of times in India, and he also sat on our GSXR 1000. He's got this old photograph. Send that to me. I'll put it
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I'll send that to you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he left India, went to Australia to do his master's degree. And because of his own hard work and nature's grace, he's doing pretty well there.
Mm.
So now, of course, when people ask, "Do you have a girlfriend?" He says, "Yes, I have a very powerful Japanese girlfriend." That's
Yeah,
Yamaha
that's
Royal.
right.
The best thing is that she doesn't have mood swings.
Yes, she only have power.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
always ready to
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, always
Night
ready
or
to
day.
fight.
She never said, "I'm not in the mood, Teja."
Yeah,
All that I need is fuel and lubrication.
that's it. Yeah, she's always in a mood. Yeah, that's crazy.
So now today, buying a Yamaha R1 or
Mm.
any super bike for that matter in India will at least cost you about 20 lakh rupees. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
And uh, so 20 to 30 lakhs, higher end ones, 30 lakhs, even the most economical super bike. Okay. The ZX10R, I think is about close to 20 lakhs. So
Close to 20 lakhs. Yes, that's right.
see, any super bike is a super bike. One of
Yes,
my beautiful, old friends told me that because horsepower never gets old.
yes,
100 horsepower 50 years ago would have been 100 horsepower, and even 100 years from now, it will still be 100 horsepower. Correct?
yes, yes. That's
Physics doesn't diminish, it doesn't
yeah,
go down. So, his R1 is 2008, 180 horsepower, 100 Newton meters of torque. I think 110 to be specific.
yes,
So it was extremely fast in 2008. It will still be extremely fast in 2050.
yes. That's right. If it's maintained.
Yeah, I mean, correct, right? See, 0 to 100 in 3 seconds is fast in any era.
Yes, that's right.
So
I agree.
300 kilometers per hour is very fast in any era.
In
Correct.
any year. That's true. I did on first gear it's 166,
Correct.
and on second gear I close to 210.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, my top speed is only 240 for now, but the roads we have, but the matter of fact, we have so many cops around, so we cannot do such high speeds. Yeah, that's the
So
only problem.
here, when people ask me, Vikas, what is the highest speed you've done on super bikes?
Hmm.
I've again, been very fortunate and blessed to ride almost all super bikes in
Yeah.
India. Uh, but what happens is that the moment you go past 240,
Hmm.
after that, it all feels the same.
Yes.
So I've done 280, 290. But the moment, see what happens is that on a super bike, the acceleration itself is so brutal
Hmm.
that the moment you open throttle in the first gear and you go to about 160 kilometers per hour, after that, everything feels the same. 180 feels the same, 220 feels the same, 250 feels the same, 300 feels the same.
Same.
Because you're
Yeah.
so focused on riding the machine and the torque is pushing you back.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. 240 gives you the same amount of pleasure. 300 gives you the same amount of pleasure.
It just feels like we are in air.
That's
We
it.
just goes in an air or something like that. That's it. No sense, It's just like we are moving we are moving fast. That's it.
You are meditating at that speed, basically,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the
that's it.
concentration levels are also so high. You better
Yeah.
have those concentration levels. And another good thing is that since he's living in Australia, I believe you got good riding gear, correct?
Yeah, I have, helmet, jackets, boots, and I don't have leather pants, but I have a proper knee guard. I don't do I'm planning to do a track day, but anyhow we can rent a gear over there, so I didn't get any leather pants. I have leather jacket, boots, a proper riding boots, a big boots,
Why I
racing boots.
said you have why I said you have good riding gear there is that because see, buying Alpine Star
Yeah,
riding gear in India or buying international helmet like AJC, RI, any of them, it's very expensive here.
expensive. That's true. But
And
fortunately, I got those jackets from my previous owner. This particular motorcycle used to, I mean, my friend used to own this particular motorcycle for 7 years.
wow,
Whoa, say yeah. It has done only 40,000 kilometers, and my friend rode it for like 7 years, only 20,000 Ks on it. So I got it from him. Luckily, he maintained it so well, and he used to do regular servicing and stuff like that. And I got the leather jacket from him. Yeah.
lovely, man, lovely. Good, good. So this is another advantage when you are living overseas. Riding gear. I mean, in India, many of the imported helmet imports have been stopped, like international helmets,
Yeah.
and very often fake international helmets are sold, counterfeit.
Yeah.
They look
Counter.
exactly the same, like Arai, AJC, and all that, but they are counterfeit. They are not original.
Yeah.
So generally, I always recommend people that in case they get a chance to travel overseas, it could be Singapore, it could be Thailand, anywhere. Don't buy fancy clothes and all of that. Buy a helmet there because you'll be saving a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you see, helmet. The thing is that sitting in India, even if you ask your friend to get a helmet who is coming to India from whichever country, but you have to try a helmet. That is extremely important.
Yeah. That's true.
Without trying, if you buy a helmet, it could be too tight or too loose by a few millimeters and it becomes unsafe
Yes, that's right.
or very uncomfortable. So buy a helmet if you get a chance. I believe even in Nepal, they have very good stores where you can buy motorcycle helmets, international helmets. That's what
Oh,
our Nepal subscribers commented. So
okay.
yeah,
That's nice. Yeah.
yes. I always say one thing: if you can spend 1 lakh on a helmet, spend it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, even I have seen so many Instagram reels and stuff. People owning ZX10R or Z900, they just wear, like 3 or 4 thousand rupees helmet, and I feel like I mean, not bad or something, but they are not safe. If you compare with 20,000 or 30,000 helmets to a 4 or 5,000, it's not at all safe at such high speeds. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, uh, when it comes to helmet safety,
Yeah.
first we have to understand it is directly proportionate to how fast you ride. Okay,
Yes.
it is inertia. Okay.
Yeah.
So a 3,000 rupee, 5,000 rupee helmet is fine till about 90 kilometers per hour.
Hmm.
About 90. Okay.
Yeah.
Any of these, XR, any of these, MT, all of that only till 90. I'm not even saying 100. Okay.
Hmm.
If you ride more than 100, like 120, 150, you definitely have to get an international helmet. I'm really sorry, but none of the Indian brands actually have a helmet which can save you at 150 kilometers per hour or above. So
Yes, that's right.
I've always said this, that in case your hand breaks, you can put a rod and still can live a normal life.
Hmm.
But head, what happens is that the basic helmets, the helmet might not crack, but the impact doesn't get absorbed well,
Yeah,
and you can have internal bleeding.
exactly. Yeah, I will add one point. Most of these helmets are not shock resistant or crash resistant. Once our head hits the ground, these helmets, like, they are made of carbon fiber, right? They'll take that shock. Helmet stops that shock from reaching to your head or brain. So that's the main reason these are so costly. And they
So
don't even break. Yeah.
I have a live example here.
Yeah.
This is a Bell
Well, yeah, that's such
high-end
a good.
helmet.
Yeah.
I believe it's a RS1,
Mm.
Snell approved.
Yeah.
So I gifted this helmet to a friend. Okay.
Mm.
It's, I think, about 50,000 rupees with the visor. So, and my friend met with an accident. You see that?
Crashed. Yeah. We can,
Yeah.
we can use
Very
crash.
high speed accident, and nothing happened to him. I mean, to the head. He got badly hurt on his hands, legs, but he just got up and he's living a normal
Walked
life.
away. Yeah, walked away from the accident.
Okay. Only because of this Bell helmet, Snell certified.
Snell.
I
Yeah.
felt so happy. A lot of people asked me, why did you give a 40, 50,000 rupee helmet gift to your friend? So I
Mm.
said, see, I mean, let him use it. It's a safety equipment and I have a few, so let him use it, and it saved his life. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, great discussion about helmets. Very, very important. And yes, brother. So now we would like to know uh, how has your experience been riding in India, riding in Australia? Like, see, we all know Indian roads are not great,
Yeah.
but we have our own testimonial. Like, see, honestly, tell, how did you feel? What's the difference?
See, to be honest, there's a huge difference for sure. The riding experience in India is completely different to riding experience in Australia. We have, I mean, I'll be brutally honest. In India, we don't have any traffic sense or civic sense, when it comes to road rules or stuff like that. We can't do high speeds. I know we should not do high speeds in India, but we have that urge sometimes. We need to experience our motorcycles as well. So we are restricted actually. We are in a constant pressure, or we are in a constant fear that someone might come in middle or something like that. But whereas in Australia, we don't have that fear, but we have a fear of cops or getting fined or getting pulled over. That's it. If you do like 200 or 300, no one's gonna come in the middle of unless it's an intersection. If it's a highway, you can rip your bike open or until you get caught. And most of the people or most of the bikers, what they do is they put on the flip plates. They'll just flip their number plate and they just go crazy. Yeah, so that's the difference. My riding experience in Australia is overall good. I don't say that it's extremely amazing because I can't rip open my bike because of the cops. Whereas in India, I can rip open my motorcycle. I'll not get caught by cops, but all the people and the animals or the vehicles coming in between will decrease my riding pleasure or something. Yeah.
Very well said, brother. But those days are over in India, that cops don't stop. Now, see, you all seen my YouTube videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen your videos too in the in the olden days. Yeah, cops used to put.
So
Oh yeah.
now, those days, see, I've been riding and making YouTube videos on super bikes since 2013. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've been riding very fast. I
Yes.
agree, it's not legal. Okay. It's not safe. But yes, my general speed used to be 250, 280.
Yeah.
It's there on many of the videos. So I've done this on all Yamaha R1, S1000RR, Ducatis, all of them. So those days, I'm talking about till about 2019, pre-corona,
Yeah.
2013 to 2019, two things were okay. One is cops were not using technology.
Mm.
Today we have so many CCTV cameras on the highway.
Mm.
Okay. So the speed limit in India for a motorcycle, legal speed limit is only 80.
That's very sad. Even
Yeah.
100 motorcycle will do 80s easily.
Correct. So according to law, it doesn't matter if you're riding a 1000cc motorcycle or a 100cc motorcycle, your speed limit is only 80.
Yeah.
And if today I ride 250 on a highway
Mm.
and CC cameras record.
Yeah.
These are also smart CC cameras where they're also kind of calculating the speed. If you
Mm.
pass from one CC camera and
Yeah.
you are registered on the next one, speed can be calculated in how fast
Oh,
you.
yeah. Yeah, I know that. Mm.
So if a cop specifically wants to take me to court, and if I am presented in front of the judge,
Mhm.
I'll be 4 times above speed limit.
Mm.
So they can impose a rule on me saying preventive arrest. That
Mm.
is, this person riding 4 times above the speed limit, okay, can be a huge threat to the society. So
Yeah.
they'll teach me a lesson. That is, if the cop wants to.
Mm.
Okay. So the days are over in India. So today there is a huge risk by law also.
Yeah.
And anyhow, those days also, the issue we used to face is that when we used to wear full riding gear
Mm.
and go out in public, cops used to stop us saying that you're racing.
Mm.
There's a
True.
cultural issue where they used to say, if you're not racing, why are you wearing all this? And if we said safety, what safety?
Mm.
People don't even wear condoms in India. Why you want to wear all this?
That's
Serious.
the
Why
yeah.
what safety? No one cares about safety in India. Why you are so worried about safety unless you're racing?
True.
So
That's
that way, we have a very big cop issue right now in India.
Mm.
And now cops are also alert on the internet.
Right. They are monitoring social media handles, yeah, Instagram pages and stuff like that. Yeah.
So
That's
you are leaving your own evidence saying that come arrest me when you do high speeds.
That's
Correct.
true.
So now we don't have liberty of law. We don't have free roads. Till
Yeah.
2019, we still had some free roads when I got onto the highways,
Yeah.
where there's a highway about 4 kilometers from here. Where
Mm.
okay, it's called Kompally Highway, and after that Nagpur Highway.
Mm.
In about 2015, I only had to take my superbike out 4 kilometers later, get on the highway, open throttle.
Mm. Mm.
Today, I have to go 60 kilometers away from the city in stop and go traffic to get onto the highway.
Oh my God. Yeah.
60 kilometers. And after that, within 10 kilometers, another town will come.
Mm.
So there are no more free roads in India. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Next, potholes. People have lost their lives, alloys have broken. And next,
Yeah.
animals, as you said, any animal can show up.
Yeah.
Literally.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, we love animals, but not on the highway.
Yeah.
So overall, I completely agree that in Australia, there's only cop issue, but everywhere else you're safe.
Yeah, everywhere else we are safe. Yeah, especially, especially I live in the southeast of Melbourne. So if we travel like 20 or 30 kilometers, we have a proper mountain roads, the hills, the curves and stuff like that. If there is a good weather, I mean, this is a summer actually. During Christmas, we have summer. On a summer weekend, if you go on to those areas, you will find hell lot of bikers, all kind of bikes.
Wow.
You'll have like, beautiful bikes over there, and they'll be doing some nice twisties, nice curves, nice. I mean, even the police won't care much, but they will be equipped for if there is an accident, they'll be equipped. Police know that. Police know that for sure. So they will be like on ready every time.
So,
Always. There will be ambulances waiting, there will be police waiting on hold. If there is any emergency call, they'll attend that immediately.
wow.
Yeah.
So the cops are there
Yeah.
and they're also kind of protecting you. They have
Ye-
ambulances on
Yes.
support.
Yes, that's right.
See, this is a great, cultural thing where, okay, we are here to arrest you in case you do something bad, but yes, you meet with an accident, we'll also protect you.
Yes, that's right.
Great, great approach towards life, correct? And that is very
Yeah,
okay.
that's the attitude they have. Police don't stop you unless they find you speeding, but until and unless they catch you, you're good to go. You can do anything unless you're crashed or you're getting caught or something. Yeah.
Very, very nice. And next thing is that uh, whom do you ride with? You have Australian white friends, or whom do you ride with?
So I have like two Indian friends as well as Australian friends. Here we have communities, Facebook communities, Facebook groups especially. We can go join that groups and go for a ride, but they are extremely dangerous on one side, and they help you also in case if there is an emergency. They'll also help you, but at the same time, they are also extremely dangerous. Actually, we have a motorcycle course before getting a license. There will be two different licenses. One is a car and one is motorcycle. These two needs to be obtained differently. Even in that course, the instructor will tell you one thing: just just stay away from group rides, because these group rides are very intimidating. They are all experienced riders. They'll speed, they'll do wheelies, they'll do everything. And if you have like good motorcycle and you are a beginner in Australia especially, you want to catch up with them. So since I have a super bike, I want to catch up with them. I want to be at front, because in that group rides you'll have 200 cc's, 400 cc's, 600 cc's. You want to show the dominance of owning a super bike, so it will be intimidating as well. And at the same time, I don't want to attend those white bikers community for that reason only. If police catch me, because I don't want to speed, I don't want to get caught in or get speeding fines, stuff like that, I'll be going very slow at the end. But what if the police decides to catch me instead of them? So I'll be getting caught in that scenario. So I want to stay away from these white bikers, and I made friends with the Indian bikers, and they don't speed like me. Yeah, we are all responsible riders. And
Yeah.
as I said you, they have flip plates. They'll just flip their plate and they'll just run away from police. I don't have a flip fender. I just have a normal fender, so I'll get caught in that scenario.
See, the thing is that the white guys, Australian, born people, they
Yeah,
will do their masti.
exactly.
Because they are citizens there. No,
Yeah.
they were born there. Their parents were born there. Grandparents were born there. So for them, cops are also their people. If I find arrest me, I'll come out. That kind of a thing.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. But we have to maintain our level of respect, all of that, because we went to their country. It is very important to respect the law of the land and the culture. So, yes, you're doing a great job in that. And what your instructor told you about not to go on group rides is actually correct. Because, see, everyone has our own riding style.
Yeah.
But when we grow in a group ride of 4, 5, 10 people, there's always this gangism that happens. One guy
Mm.
is riding fast and we want to catch up. We do a few things which are not required. I've done all of that. So generally, I like to go on ride with just one rider
Yeah.
who is in sync with our psychology. One rider, enough, very happy, one buddy. And next thing, also what you mentioned is correct. When you're in a group, say 5 people, 6 people, and cop finds one person to be riding bad, they'll stop the whole group
Yes, that's right.
because they'll have the same impression towards the whole group.
Yeah.
Correct? So we'll get into unnecessary scrutiny by the cop. So,
Yes,
wow, nice.
that's
So
right.
now, till what speed are you okay in the city, and till what speed are you okay on the highways in Australia?
Usually on an basic Australian highway, like if it's like yeah, normal Australian highway top speed is 110, but you are
Okay.
allowed to go until 120 because they'll have that error 5 kilometers per hour margin. So we can travel up to 120 kilometers an hour, but I usually go 140, 150 sometimes, and I'll come back to 100 again. That's when overtaking and stuff like that. When there is no cop around. On a city road, they will be like 60, 40, 40 is the lowest, 40 or 30 is the lowest, and the highest is like 120. But when there is no cop around, we'll try to enjoy our bike as well. So there is nothing wrong in it when it's safe to do so.
All right. All right. And again, Australia is a very big country, in terms of geography. So, do you know any places where you can just go out far enough and do any speeds?
Yes, as I just said, there will be some mountain runs or, the countryside, especially like, we call it as villages or rural areas in
Yeah.
India. So we can speed there if there is no cop around. Yeah. So if we get any like good stretch, we can just rip open our bikes for some time and then come back to normal speed limit. You should not carry that speed for so long.
It's anyways not safe to carry it also for so long.
E- Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even our tires can explode actually, because
Oh yeah.
yeah, even our Z-rated tires,
Yeah.
which have a speed rating of 280 kilometers per hour. Uh, but the thing is that we have them for many years, right? We
Hmm.
on our tires for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So they can start to get hard and on very high speeds, the centrifugal force, the physics, and also some level of heat, everything can kind of make them explode.
Worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not safe. Yeah. In the real world conditions, it's not safe to speed
Right.
always. Only
But not for
some.
extended periods of time, as you
Yeah.
said.
A period of time.
Not for non-stop. Say you ride at 250 for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I mean, we don't even get a road to do that. But I
Yeah.
believe in Australia, there is one road which is like absolute straight for
Hundreds of kilometers. Yeah, I have heard that. I think it's in like somewhere in the middle of Australia, the continent.
hmm,
So I think it's from South Australia to Northern Territory or something like that. Yeah, it's always straight, but I think there will be police patrolling, helicopters would be patrolling the area, or those kind of things. You should not speed,
even
or
in
else
that remote
camera.
area,
Sorry.
you think police will be patrolling?
We never know. There might be a camera which can give
Yeah,
signals to nearby police station that
correct.
this something is speeding in this area. We never know. The technology they use is like highly advanced, so we should not risk it. Maybe
Mm.
you can do for some time. Even I think I've seen some Indian motor vlogger by Sunny Yadav. He
Yeah,
came from Australia, and I think I don't really remember if it's in Australia or USA. He was speeding and he was pulled over by cops.
yeah,
Yeah, so we never know where the cops lies. Yeah.
yeah, got it. And what is the fine in case you get pulled over for overspeeding?
So it depends, it depends on the speed you're traveling. If for example, if you're traveling 70 in a 60 area, you would be fined around like 2 or 3 demerit points and 400 or $500 fine. I mean,
Okay.
it's still subject to correction. I mean, I really don't know what's fines, but this is the usual. If it's below 5 kilometers an hour, I mean, in a 60 area, if you travel like above from 65 to 70, it will be one thing. If it's 75 to 80, 70 to 75, it will be one fine, and so on. If it goes more than 25 kilometers an hour, I mean, if you travel like 85 or something, your license will be suspended immediately.
Got it. Wow, wow. So there is also risk of license being suspended and not just fine.
Yes, that's right. Even one of my friend who owns a Daytona 675, and
Hmm.
he is yeah, his license got suspended for 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now next thing, apart from the international brand motorcycles like the Daytona, like the R1, like the Ducatis,
Yeah.
what motorcycles do you find in Australia? Other ones like 200, 400? cc motorcycles? What do you find?
We have even we have Royal Enfield here. Royal Enfield is very famous. Even white Australians love Royal Enfield motorcycles, but most of them are, I think, 650 cc's.
Hmm.
350 Royal Enfield Classic cannot keep up with Australian roads because that's all vibrations and stuff. If it goes above 100,
So,
yeah,
hmm.
you can't. And 200s, you can find Duke 200s, Duke 390s are also very famous. Ninja 300s, Ninja 400s are very famous. Yamaha R3s are very famous, and yeah, so on. You can find a hell lot of motorcycles. If you go to a MotoGP, you know the MotoGP event on Phillip Island. If you
Hmm.
go there, you will find thousands of motorcycles and each and every kind of motorcycle over there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the beauty. Even people ride all over Australia to Phillip Island Grand Prix
Wow.
for the
So
track. Yeah,
now, who rides a 200 cc motorcycle there? Like very young
learners,
people, learners? Yeah.
learners. Yeah, especially there is a class actually. Australian license system is completely different from India. In order to ride a super bike or you need to get a full license. We Indians are privileged actually. We can
Correct.
directly get a motorcycle course. We need to pass a learner's test and we can take a full license test immediately, which I did. But for
Oh,
yeah, I just took a motorcycle course followed by a full license test. But I've failed in the first test and they've given me a free test the next day. I got it on the second time. The reason which for what I was failed is keeping a speed limit lesser than you know lesser than the recommended speed.
we like to go fast, yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah, but I was too less for them.
yeah.
So learners have this thing until do you know Yamaha R7? Even learners can ride Yamaha R7 and less powered bikes. And
Hmm.
if you want to ride a good one, you need to have a full license, which
Yeah.
will take 3 years for a native Australians to get. But
All
we
right.
Indians are privileged, we can get straight away.
Hmm. Sorry,
Yeah,
I missed the point. So you actually kind of failed in your exam because you were not able to keep up to the speed limit.
exactly. I was,
Oh,
yeah, it's an 80 zone. I was just doing 60, 65.
too much, yeah. No, this is not
Yeah.
acceptable, bro. Throttle, bro.
You know what? It's a 125 cc motorcycle, Suzuki Gixxer.
Okay.
I didn't, he said, the trainer said, you need to rip open the bike, then only you will keep up with the road limit. If you go less, you will be failed straight away. He did
So
that.
what? I mean, how does he check? He sits behind?
Nah, he follows us from another motorcycle from behind. He will have this cams, web
Okay.
cameras. He will be recording that.
All right. All right. And does he communicate with you? Any wireless
Yeah.
communication?
So there will be like points, for every kilometer there will be a stop point. He will say, go from here to there and stop there. I'll tell you the other another point. That kind of communication we have. It's not like intercom, but he will make us stop from point A to point B, and then he will direct from there.
Wow, that is pretty detailed check.
Yeah, he will check our head checks, our brake lights, our prepping of brakes, each and everything. They're like very experienced riders, so they'll check each and everything. How are we setting up our brakes? Are we, in case of any, if there is any car coming from beside, are we moving away from the car? Every single detail they'll check.
Yes.
That's very impressive kind of thing actually here.
Wow. Wow. And now this costs a lot of money,
Yes.
government, right? So how much do you have to pay to do this test?
The overall cost for me is like around $900.
Wow. So that's like
50,000 only for motorcycle
40,000.
license. Yeah,
50,000 rupees for motorcycle license. Wow.
getting a
Wow.
motorcycle license. Yeah. In
Wow.
the car is separate. Car is different again.
It's cheaper?
Car is pretty cheaper actually because you don't need to go through a course and stuff like that. So the majority price is for only course, the 2-day course, motorcycle course. So yeah, that costs us around $600.
Car,
And
you can what? Just go. How do you get a car?
just go and book a test, and test fees would be different, and just book a test and go drive it. Test drive. That's it.
Okay. So how
Yeah.
much is that?
Actually I don't remember because I've
Hmm.
did my car license test in somewhere around 2019.
Yeah,
I think $300 or $500. I don't remember.
got it.
Yeah.
So that's
When
much,
did
much cheaper than motorcycle.
yeah,
Yeah.
much more cheaper than motorcycle. Yeah.
Yeah. So next question is, so basically what you said is that Indian living there who's not an Australian citizen can directly get a license which he can use to ride a 1000 cc motorcycle also in Australia.
But there is a catch. It should be more than 3 years since you got a motorcycle license in India.
Oh, so they're using your Indian motorcycle license as a reference, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then they give you your Australian motorcycle, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
License?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, got it. Good point you mentioned. But an Australian citizen
Hmm.
cannot directly get a license and ride a 1000, correct?
No chance. He have to go through every learner's probation and then full license.
Some explanation if you remember how it goes.
Yeah. So basically, we ride motorcycles from childhood, as you know. We borrow a dad's motorcycle or friend's motorcycle and ride. But for these Australians, they can't ride. They don't have friends, neither dads own motorcycle. So they should come to this course. They learn motorcycle in that course, and as we are very much used to this motorcycle, we feel irritated by getting trained along with them. They can't even ride a motorcycle properly. So in that stage, they'll start their motorcycle journey from learners. They will, I think, even they learn the motorcycle somehow from their friends, or from smaller motorcycles.
In some farm, somewhere they might learn, Yeah.
Exactly, in the streets or in the calm neighborhood streets and something like that. So
Hmm.
then they'll come to learners test, they'll pass the learners, they'll get a learner's card, just like a license card.
Hmm.
They will learn, they have to maintain that learner's license, or they need to ride on that learner's license at least for 3 months. Then they will get an opportunity to give a check ride. I think, I mean, I'm not
That's okay.
complete.
Just let me know approximate information. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So then they will be transferred on to probation, or yeah, probation. Then they need to ride on that probation for some time, and then full license test. Yes, that's it.
So now, when do they have to ride a 200 cc, then 400, then superbike? Like, what restriction is that?
So see, they don't have particular only on learners. They should ride only lamps. There will be a thing called LAMS, learners accredited, something called only the Australian government or registration. Transport authority has recognized some motorcycles as learners motorcycles.
Hmm.
So they should only drive those. They should only ride those motorcycles,
So they have to
not.
buy only that model.
Yeah, exactly. Only those LAMS approved motorcycles only they should ride when they are in learner's license.
So probably 200, 300 cc, they'll buy and ride.
200, 300, it goes up to R7, 700 cc, but it is less powerful as compared to other motorcycles. If you see Daytona inline 3 or inline 4, they are even CBR 650 doesn't come under LAMS.
Oh, so it's
Yeah, so
detuned there for
yeah,
learners.
only I think they are allowed up to ride only twin cylinder motorcycles.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Got
up to 700 cc or something. Yeah, that's it. They're not allowed to ride inline 3, inline 4, or super bikes.
it. Hmm. So now tomorrow, if you become Australian citizen, even then you get to keep this license and keep riding 1000, right?
Yes, this is my forever. I've given my tests, and this is my forever license. That's it. I don't need to give any other tests. I just need to renew it. That's it. But yeah, I'll add this point also. In Australia, it's not like 10 years or 20 years license. We have 10 years, but we can renew for every 3 years and 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 years, I think. Yeah. Yeah. For 3 years, there will be like $50 cost, and for 10 years, it will be like $200.
Got it. Got it.
Even the registration is not permanent like us, like not 15 years. We have a flexibility of renewing for every 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. So
What
you need
a
to,
point. What a point.
yeah, you need to pay registration every year.
that is actually so much better. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
For me, someone who likes to collect motorcycles. Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, I have about 12 motorcycles.
Yeah.
So for me, paying 15 years road tax in advance when I'm buying a motorcycle, and plus in case the registration expires after 15 years, I have to again go through hell, that is, renewing it for 5 years more. It is a headache.
Yeah.
Okay. So because, see, for an example, I decide that for next 6 months I'm riding one motorcycle, I can just register, I mean renew the registration, or what is the fitness, they have different terms. Pay that cost online for one motorcycle for the next 3 months or 6 months, ride it, and then I can do it for some other motorcycle, ride it for 3 months, 6 months. So that way, when I have multiple motorcycles, my cost remains in control. I don't have to pay for registration for all the motorcycles for 15 years. So this is a great, great thing. So, like for an example, my Yamaha R1, the registration has expired. So I have to pay this tax, that tax, what not, and again renew it for next 5 years. Instead, if I had the option of simply paying a 3 months tax and enjoying it for this winter, and then parking it back, nice, right?
Yeah.
That option we don't have in India.
But the only catch is if you don't renew your registration will get expire and you need to get the roadworthy certificate.
Yeah, got it, got it.
Roadworthy certificate and then go to a registration process again.
Yeah, but I'm sure that will also be very systematic and easy to get a roadworthy worthiness certificate.
Yeah, you need to go authorized service center and get it roadworthy. I mean, if everything is good, I mean like tires, brakes, lights, everything is stock, then you'll get a roadworthy certificate easily.
Got it, got it. Nice, nice, excellent point.
Yeah.
And next, another important thing, brother. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, buying a super bike is every man's dream. You ride it, don't ride it, but having one at home,
It is a different feeling. Yeah.
just to look at her. I go down to my parking and look at my motorcycles.
Yeah.
That itself is such a beautiful feel.
Mm.
And warming them up is such a beautiful feel, even if I
Yeah.
don't. So now having a super bike at home is a dream for billions of people, and only a few can actually achieve it. Okay, especially in a country like India, where super bikes are extremely expensive. So now a motorcycle like yours, approximately how much can we buy for?
I got it for around $9,000. It has done 40,000 kilometers and it's almost 17 years old. So I mean, the market for R1 around that price only. But if you go to a later, even if you want to get a brand new R1, it's around $25,000, 12 lakhs, 13 lakhs, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. So, see, these motorcycles can run 2 lakh, 3 lakh kilometers also when very well maintained. They are
Yeah.
like a big car engine, actually. Cars do 2 lakh, 3 lakh kilometers without an issue. So, all right, $9,000, Yamaha R1, very good condition. So, yeah,
5 lakh.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. So, I mean, people will say even in India, we can buy a super bike for 5 lakhs. But the thing is that it will be in a very, very bad condition.
Condition.
Extremely
Yeah.
bad condition. You'll not get spare parts. You'll have very few technicians who can fix it. And 10, 15 people would have probably used and abused that super bike before you. Sometimes papers will not be in order. So that is a big issue, buying a used super bike in India.
Yeah, that's right. Even I was skeptical about getting a super bike from, if I want to buy from an Aussie guy, I would be very skeptical because I know how Aussies abuse the motorcycles. They rev bomb, they do wheelies, they do burnouts, all those kind of things. But the one which I got is like very well maintained. That's the reason I got it, or else I would not touch the super bike until I got my permanent residency or something. I had a plan to get a motorcycle, but not sure what to get. But I got it for good deal and I grabbed it. Actually, my plan was to get an ADV and then tour around Australia, which is eventually I'll do it in the future. But yeah, now I got a good reasonable deal and I just grabbed it.
Great job. See, I've always said this: buying any motorcycle, but especially a bigger CC motorcycle, should be done by, I mean, basically, you should buy it from someone that you know very well.
Yeah,
Okay. You know how is their character, their personality, how do they take care of things, how do they ride, what is the service history. Else, you will be up for very unpleasant surprises. You know?
true. I mean, we never know what kind of repairs should we have because, especially with these super bikes, the cylinders may fail. They might have not done valve clearance or something like that, or anything can go wrong in these super bikes. Yeah. Especially the cylinders may fail at any time.
Yeah.
That's only, yeah.
So, I mean, see, you can buy any motorcycle in the future,
Mm.
but I suggest don't sell this motorcycle. Just keep her forever. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to, but the running costs or maintenance costs would be like higher. Insurances and if I want to keep it running, I need to get insurances. I need to get every year registration renewing and stuff like that. Yeah, but I want to keep it, but yeah, let's see what's how it goes in the
So
future.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah. If I get well settled, if I get enough money in my bank account, so I'll maintain it for sure.
I sincerely wish and hope that you do that.
Yeah.
And so now insurance. This is one part where India is better. It's very economical
Yeah.
insurance in India. So how much does the insurance cost per year for a super bike?
Actually, they will be like different type of insurances available here, but I'm paying only $500 per year, which is pretty cheap, and they go a if in case of any crash, they'll give me a bit less of market price. There will be some insurances which are heavily they can give you more value than market. If I'm quoting as market value and agreed value. Here we do have two kind of values which we can take insurance on. One is market value. Market value is which the motorcycle is value in the market. I mean, insurance companies will decide that value. Agreed value is they'll give you a high number which they can agree on, and you'll have a higher premium for sure. For me, it's costing $500 and it is going up towards $2,000 per year. So I just took a basic minimum.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to cover my costs in case of any crash or any bad accident. If it's a total loss, then I should get a bare minimum. So I just put a minimum amount.
Good, brother. So two more questions for you today.
Yeah.
One is, what is the petrol cost in Australia, bro?
Right now, I mean, it always fluctuates. It the least we have seen is $1.70, and the highest is going up to $2.30. It's unleaded 91. I'll only fill 98 octane, so it goes up to $2.50, and the least is will be $2 for sure.
So almost or a little more than India.
Yes, because it's a 98 high octane.
Yeah.
If you go for 91 unleaded, it will be lesser than India.
Yeah. But again, generally we earn a little more in Australia. So that way it's expensive in India. Petrol is very expensive in India,
That's
considering
right. That's
purchasing
right.
power.
That's right. Yeah.
So next, what I wanted to ask one is this petrol. And so next point, crime. That is, in many parts of the world, motorcycles get stolen very badly. You
Very
know?
badly and very easily.
Yeah. So how is that situation in Australia?
See, to be honest, thieves are like they just take your motorcycle in any situation. Even though if you parked in a closed garage, they can take if they want. So I'm very skeptical about parking my motorcycle. I mean, I don't park here and there. I'll just take safety, but that's the prime reason you need to get an insurance.
Oh,
So if I get an insurance, they'll cover me in case of crashes, in case of theft and fire. I mean, if it burnt out or if it, yeah, I'll get paid equally. So thieves, they can get you. I mean, there are a lot of instances even in our Facebook groups. they'll be posting one or the every week there will be a motorcycle stolen post. We never know. Yeah, people do that for insurance also, but yeah, police can't stop it.
Now, how do they come into your garage and take it?
See, they'll do a proper planning. They'll just see the walls here are not like a concrete walls like us. They are just like basic a plaster of Paris or
Yeah.
gypsum walls. So they'll just break the garage door and they'll just take your bike within minutes. They don't. Yeah, if
Wow.
yeah, they'll just plan it mostly when the owner is not around or owner is not in the house or somewhere in the foot. We can park our motorcycles on the footpaths as well wherever we want. Not like unlike cars, we can park our motorcycles anywhere. So if the thief see it as an opportunity, they'll just grab it and they'll just leave. We never know. Yeah.
Wow. See, in this segment also, I say actually India is better
Yeah.
because theft happens, but not so, what to say, brutally.
Yeah.
People don't come into your house and steal at all.
Yeah.
I mean, motorcycles, I've never heard that someone would break into your house and steal a motorcycle. Uh, yeah, I mean, this is the situation in America, this situation in, European countries.
Everywhere. I mean, every first world countries we have this issue.
Hmm.
But that's the reason we take insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insurance will cover us.
But if it's a sentimental special bike, then it hurts, right? Yeah.
Then it
Their
hits. Yeah. See,
motorcycle.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's the problem. Insurance. I mean, yeah, that thing hurts
If
in
it's a
case of
collectible motorcycle, then
yeah,
it's a big problem.
yeah,
Correct.
that's true. See, in that case, we can put GPS, like a tag or something like that. GPS will help at least in recovering that stolen motorcycle.
Or simple, keep riding it always, no one will steal it.
Yeah, people do it all. That's right.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Now, last question. Generally, what is the service cost of maintaining a superbike in Australia?
So it's been 8 months. I haven't serviced it yet because as superbikes have like longer period, but I don't want to put it that long. I just got it serviced. So what I heard from the previous owner is it costs around $250 for general oil service, oil change.
That's fine.
Yeah, just oil change is fine. I mean, $250 is pretty fine because we'll get serviced once a year. In case of no repairs or no something, then that's completely fine. $250 is like negligible.
India also it will cost about 10-15,000
Yeah,
rupees for a
same thing.
very, very basic service for a superbike. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Even here.
But where you will benefit is tires will cost much lesser in Australia than in India. Tires are very expensive in India.
Yes, here Pirelli Diablo Corsa tires cost us like around $400, $450. One rare tire. I think in India it will be more than that.
It'll be more, plus earning that money is also much tougher in India.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So one set of tire will go for like maybe if I ride very less, it will go for 2 years.
Yeah.
Even the tire which I'm having is Michelin Road. It's like very basic, not very, but it's a basic thing. I think it is having since 2 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
1.5 years
Yeah.
at least. Yeah.
Michelin Pilot Road, Michelin Pilot Power. You get two. So you have Road. Road is
Road.
the touring series actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only difference will be in the top speed. It will not be Z rated. It'll have an actual top speed of about 220 or so, but you can ride a little bit
Okay.
extra here, there.
Yeah.
Pilot Power will be have a top speed of 280, Z rated.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Then I'm actually I my tire is almost worn out, so I'm planning to get a Pirelli next time.
Yeah, it'll wear out much faster. It'll be even softer compound, Pirellis.
All right. Okay. Then I'll consult a good. I'll check one good mode because in Melbourne, surprisingly, we can't use a motorcycle too often because the weather is always windy, cool or rainy. We get a lot of much higher chances only in summer.
Mm. Mm.
Riding season, especially summer is only the riding season, and the rest all 8 months is it's cool, it's windy, it's rainy. Melbourne have like different weathers altogether, so it's tough. So I use car most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But
And
see,
also, Hmm.
instead of getting a super soft compound,
Yeah.
I generally would suggest get a touring tire. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both front and back. So it will be like Michelin Pilot Road. So that way you're safe till about 200, 220. Not beyond that. It is not considered safe, but people do faster speeds on a touring tire also. But structurally, it is not engineered or designed to go so fast because of centrifugal forces. But
Mm.
what happens is that a touring tire will look the same, feel the same. Of course, you can't do very, very high speeds beyond 220 or so, but it will give a much, much longer life because it is medium compound. It is not soft or super soft compound.